Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I'm just trying this. I'm looking at my the screen like it's like a movie Avatar. Jake Sulley talking to the camera like a video log, and I think that's what I'm gonna do right here. I'm a mess right now. I got messy hair. It's late one night, and the rest of the room, I'm going through a lot of changes right now. Trying to be more intentional about technology in my life. So many times in the past 20 years, yes, 20 years, since I was in middle school, trying to make YouTube videos on some gaming channel that hasn't existed in a long time because I deleted it because I was ashamed. Well, I've always liked YouTube, and I realized that I don't want to do the editing level of production that people do. Not because I'm lazy, just because I started off liking video editing, but just with it, I find that's not really where I want to spend all my time. So, but I like recording videos to then watch back later. And right now, I was kind of thinking about doing something like a video log of some sort. This is the first one, tentatively. Originally, one of the ideas I've had in this day and age in media was having a podcast called New Talk, and yeah, this maybe that's what this could be. Just talking to the camera about life, and it's not less entertaining, maybe more. If it's educational, it's more so for myself, something for me to watch back and think about. But yeah, just life's not gone at all how I thought it would go. 20 years ago, I was in middle school, so yeah, that's I'm in my adulthood. I'm not doing the career I thought I would do, and honestly, I don't really feel like I have a career. Um, I've tried different things. It hasn't really worked. I'm not living in the area where I want to live. I don't really stay connected with many friends that I've had in the past, and I got some that I still see and talk to once in a while, but have had hermit tendencies, hermit capabilities, and capabilities. I guess we're all capable. I don't know. But yeah, I'm playing with a train whistle. Got this from Christmas, and I think it was in a white elephant, and I just something to fiddle with my hands because that's what we normally need to do. So where I'm at with technology, I am currently recording this on a gaming PC. So PC gaming has been a large part of my life for the past decade plus. I gamed on Steam, where people, it's easy to accumulate a lot of games. I accumulated in a decade's time 1,600 games. Thankfully, the vast majority of those were on sales and bundles. Wasn't playing any of them. Last year, I decided to try and beat 50. I beat 55, but at the same time, I realized that I don't think I want gaming to be such a big part of my life. I've had this visual in my mind about life, your persona, not persona, who you are, your sense of self, your sense of being, if it were to just be a ball. Like, I almost think of those, I think they were called Chinese puzzles. I could be wrong. My math teacher had them when I was younger, and like if you finished stuff, you'd like tried to like these puzzles, these physical puzzles that were really hard to like get the ring out or whatever when it seems impossible. And well, I imagine almost something like that with a bunch of interlocking parts. Like if it was like a sphere, if that's what you're if that's who you are, if everything could be represented, you have different materials, different pieces, different sizes, all as a part of that. Well, gaming as a kid for me, like always part of me was always part of a gamer, or would say I was a gamer, and it's like I thought of Play-Doh, like Play-Doh or Silly Putty, it just filled the gaps, a little bit here, a little bit there, and sometimes there was no room for it, sometimes it was more. Well, what I seem to remember was out of college, really out of high school. There's a few things in my life that changed, and suddenly there were a few big open things. Like I had this group of people that I was trying to fit in with, these friends. You can't make yourself fit. I've learned that amongst many other things, but also basketball was a huge part of my life. Sports were a huge part of my life, and I played a ton of it. And then one day it just was done. And yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna go with this. Right now, I'm just kind of rambling, but the whole idea is the video log. I figure, this is kind of my interlude, and this might be me talking to the camera wherever I'm at, whether it's in my office like I am right now, or somewhere else. I didn't actually right now. I'm trying to run off a webcam mic. I know I have other microphones I could set up. I figured that was a lousy excuse to not start when I said, hey, why don't I start? It's Sunday night, start of the week. Let's just try to do this for a week even. So that's my goal right here. If each day, next 7 days, if I just upload something, talking for any length of time about this, I really don't like this angle. See my double chin. I carry on around that excess weight. But like I was saying with gaming, when a few key pieces of that were gone, felt empty and like you're missing something, or like you were broken, like the rest of the pieces fell apart. And what was essentially the glue for me, I mean, it was some level of conscious choice with it, but I know gaming. I leaned heavily into gaming, and that ended up being a huge part of my life. And a lot of people refer to see me as a gamer. I mean, right now you see a few gaming related or nerdy whatever stuff back there, but I don't know. That's not necessarily who I am. I do enjoy gaming. I don't regret gaming. I wish it wasn't to the extent that it was, but it's as we do everything, whatever we spend time in life, it's not so much that shapes us, but what we learn from it. And it's been good. But last year, like I said, I had a goal to beat 50 games. What if I just tried to do this? Because previously I think because I said I accumulated a whole bunch, and previously I had beaten an average of 10 a year for 12 years, and I beat 55, and that was with some lulls in there and everything. And what's funny is the quiet part out loud through all of that was when you get done being seriously considering walking away. And it's like, well, why don't you walk away now? I enjoy gaming, and I don't ever want to give it up, but I'm not letting it define who I am. And so I don't know exactly what I want to do. I mean, there's a part of me that always liked video making, and so many times I have made videos over the years and on different channels, and you know what, you can't find any of them. I guess you just take my word for it, because I deleted them all because I was ashamed of the guy on the camera and his effort and whatnot. It was never good enough for the longest time. But we grow, we heal, we learn. And some things, if they keep coming back, maybe there's something there. And that's why if you're watching this now, I don't know why, if you're watching me talk, ramble on for over 9 minutes, or if you have this going faster, YouTube has always been there in some case. And I remember that it used to say broadcast yourself up on YouTube at the top of the page. And I remember before ads being on there. And I remember initially people were excited when ads came because they give them a chance to make money. And being a kid, I never really understood what was going to happen. I'll tell you, I'm sick of ads. Actually, today, my wife and I trying to go through we're reading Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. We've essentially got out of credit card debt before, but then life circumstances and COVID and whatnot, we kind of fell into it, and then we slid, and we got a ways to climb out again. So we're taking that journey really for a second time, and but we're canceling streaming services, and honestly, is like I was happy to do it. I mean, obviously, with something like that, I'm not looking at spending extra money, but something I got in my mind is going forward, thrifting and trying to build up a physical media collection, just because I'm so tired of advertisement, you know. But it's funny because, you know, if on the same time, if YouTube's always been a part of this, and if ever something arose where you could make money doing this or something like that, it's like I don't think I would turn that down, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts there. You know, a lot of thoughts to be had, and but that's all right. That's not what I want to think about right now. Right now, I want to think about is I want to think about being intentional about my life and not letting it happen to me by accident. And this is me rambling. This first episode is probably going to be me rambling about a whole bunch of different things. So this is going to be the most all over the place, but that's okay, because I'll tell you what, probably the only person who watches from start to finish is me and maybe my wife, because she is freaking amazing, like so supportive in everything I try. Now I tell her, hey, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk like I'm Jake Sulley from Avatar. I'm not actually, well, whatever. But like talk like that to the camera and just whatever. And I'm just giving myself permission to do this first one really bad. But yeah, just want to talk without really producing it. This is just raw, organic, kind of like as it happens, you know. It's whatever, you know. If I wanted to clip this, I could, but yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say with that there, but you know, in some ways this has been therapeutic. I know I haven't really looked at the camera that much. I am right now, but I thank you. Well, I thank you for watching this, and I say that even if it's just to myself or my wife or anybody from my life who is watching it to support me. I thank you for that. And if this is Will watching, I thank you, Will. Thank you myself. This is really weird. I generally try to stay pretty positive about things, and this is just something I gotta try, you know. So I think I'm gonna come here each day, and the title is gonna be minimalistic, and this is probably the most, I hate the word, I don't know if this is the right word, but the most meta episode that there will be, because I'm talking about what I'm trying to do, but my goal is if I try this on a Monday, whatever time I get to the camera, and you know, it could be on my phone somewhere, or it could be here, but just treating it like a video log rather than I don't know. I mean, maybe in the beginning, is it wrong to say that I think I'm talking to myself? I'm making this for myself because, you know, I'm making the content. I don't like that word either. I'm making a video that I know I'll watch later. You can watch back and remember what I was thinking when I was making it and just what I want to do. And this is all with the purpose of being a bit more intentional. What I want out of life, I don't know right now. But I know that God's got me through all this. My faith is very important to me, and that is something that in these video logs I don't want to shy away from that. Even just being able to express that, because you know I'm blessed to be able to be called a child of God. So yeah. So I guess if you're watching this, part of it, what I will say with this is just kind of like a checking in on life thing, doing a video log, kind of like Jake Sulley from Avatar, but it's not Jake Sulley. Will Curtis, or what I put for the purposes on this channel, Will J. Curtis, because I got a generic name, and I want to use my name as an author. I wrote a book last year, that's one thing I did. I completed a first draft, but it's a little thin, and has a lot of work to be done before I self-edit, but that's one of the things I want to do, and now I'm thinking that, you know, with maybe taking gaming and putting it aside for a moment, that one of the things that I want to do is to, I think I want to pay attention to sports more again. Not let it be a huge part of my life, but sports, that's something that I'll talk about at a different time, but part of me was considering sports writing, but not from this standpoint of stats and rankings and showdowns and analytics like that, but more so like talking about sports and what it means. And yeah, like, I don't know. Anyways, only 16 minutes. This can be any length. Well, this can be any length, but we're doing it, and I really hope the audio is at least coherent for this one. But tomorrow, I'm living life one day at a time, and tomorrow, at the end of it all, I will sit down and I'll talk and hash out my thoughts a bit more. So, yeah. Today is the best day of my life, and tomorrow will be even better. It's my own personal mantra. I don't have a sign off. I don't need a sign off, but whatever, I'm just going to say that today is the best day of my life, and tomorrow will be even better.